Hi, everybody. This is Claude McFarlane, CEO and founder of the McFarlane Group, and we're here today on day 12 of our 30-day self-improvement challenge. And today's topic is one that, again, is very personal to me. And what we're talking about is being patient instead of being perfect. And, it's something that I go through all the time. I think a lot of people that know me know that I don't really have a lot of patience. I'm being transparent with you, and I'll say it. You have to be patient because if you're not allowing yourself to go and grow through the things that you need to in order to make your goals happen and get closer to your passion. And I think that there are a couple factors or a couple foundational blocks that are involved in this. The first one is trusting the process. And the second is being resilient in the face of negativity and rejection. And so we'll talk about the first one, which is trusting the process. It really involves, doing the preparation. You have to do some work, ahead of time to know where you're going. And then we really get into moving towards allowing yourself to let the process happen. Sometimes we get so happy with the preparation that we do, and we just want to jump. And I'm speaking personally on this because I know I do it. And you can't do that. You have to trust the preparation you did and trust that the process is really going to get you where you need to be. And, a lot of times it's really hard to trust the process and let the process go through because we see how important the things are that we're looking for. We see how important it is to get to our goal. If it's money, sometimes it's a promotion, whether it's in your business or, even in parenthood. For me, fatherhood and manhood, we all have these things that we want to get so bad, and we don't realize that there is a divine time and an actual physical time in order to make, that happen. And so we can't rush it. We can't push the process. The second one is really being resilient, because a lot of times we face rejection and negativity. And honestly, what I've learned through that is that the only thing that you should be rejecting is negativity. It comes usually from or in the form of people, sometimes friends and family, and even people that, you don't even know introduce their rejection and their negativity on you, and it affects your patience level. It makes you want to say, well, I've got to prove them wrong, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and jump the gun and make sure that this happens. And you can't do that. A lot you encounter, I think, what I've noticed in the growth of the McFarlane Group and in my career, even in my personal life, is the amount of haters that come on. They had nothing to say to me whatsoever, when I was failing, right? They had their opinions of me and my judgments on me, but as soon as I start making a little progress, then all of a sudden people are chiming in. They're like, that's never going to work. I actually had a situation like this fairly recently where as most of you know, I've come out with my new book, and this individual saw that I was inviting people to purchase the book, being out on social media to promote the book, a lot of different various things to kind of show, hey, I got this book, come support me, right? And this individual decided to tell me that I'm using the book to show that I'm a Christian and that I'm basically using God to make money. And for anybody that's close to me that knows that my surrender to God and my really just partnership with Christ has been a personal and very committing thing for me. And to say that it made me mad. It made me upset. And I've got a couple other words for that. But, overall, it made me upset. And it's like sometimes when you commit to something or commit to a process to get yourself to a new position, people like to throw that negativity at you and judge you and say, well, you know how you were before? All those mistakes that you made before? You're still that way. And what they're doing is they're judging you based off your past mistakes as opposed to looking at who you are and who you're growing into right now in the future. And you can't let that stick to you. You really have to go back to day 2 and filter and detoxify those people out of your life. See, a lot of these 30-day self-improvement principles are built on each other. They piggyback off each other. They complement and supplement each other. So, when you look at that fact of being resilient, you have to let these people know that you might think whatever you want from me. You might think that I'm about whatever it is that I was about in my past, but that is not the final destination of the chapter or the book really of my life. That was a chapter, and it helped form the rest of the story of the book, but it's not the final chapter. And to those people that say that to me, I say this to them: just watch. Just watch. If you think that what you think of me or of anybody else, and you're right, then you're right. But what would happen if I just so happen to make that change and I'm affecting other people's lives and I'm getting the job that I need to and I'm making the money I need to and you have the marriage that you need to and the relationship with your kids that you need to? That's the most important thing, is getting there and what you learn in the process. So as we go through this, you can't jump the gun and let not trusting the process and let negative thoughts and rejection from other people really dictate who and how you are. And so, in summary, you have to trust that process. You have to do the work. You have to trust the process. You have to stay the course. The process you develop is the course. What was the point of developing the course if you weren't going to stay with it in the first place, right? So you have to stay the course and trust, have faith that it's actually going to make itself manifested in your life. You have to be resilient. You have to really just, I can't think of another way, but, gut it out. Accept and embrace that pain, accept and embrace that fear, accept and embrace all the stuff people are throwing and saying about you, and just nod and smile and shake it off, because really, what effect does what other people say have on your life? It's your action that has dictation on your life, not what people say. Hell, it's not even what you think, but it's what you do, as we talked about, a day or two ago. And so what I have really come to understand is that the proven evidence on the road to success is how well you're able to have patience and faith to fulfill the promise of your purpose. And that is what I really want to leave you with today. So thank you guys for tuning in. I know this was a little long one, but I think this is important because, we let the rejection and the fear and not trusting the process and going through the process just absolutely derail us from what we're doing. And then what happens? You have to start back over again, right? So let's not do that. We're going to have patience. We're going to trust our process. And as we develop our process, anything that anybody says about us is pretty much hearsay and their opinion, which doesn't really matter anyway. And we're going to have faith in our process and go from there. So thank you guys again. If you have questions, if you want to make comments, you can view my YouTube page, or you can contact me directly at themcfarlanegroup@gmail.com. Thanks, guys. Be blessed. Have a great week, end of the week, weekend, day, however it is. Go ahead and pursue your dreams and rise. Thanks, guys.